Using powder-actuated tools, also known as powder-actuated nail guns or nailers, can be a highly efficient way for fastening materials to concrete, steel, or other hard surfaces. However, these tools can be dangerous if not used correctly. Only trained and authorized personnel should operate powder-actuated tools. Regularly inspect the tool for any signs of damage or wear. If you find any issues, do not use the tool and get it repaired or replaced promptly. Do not disassemble a jammed, stuck, or broken tool that contains a live powder load. Make sure you and anyone in the immediate work area always wear appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, while using the tool, including safety glasses, hearing protection, and a hard hat. Wear appropriate clothing to protect against flying debris. Make sure everyone in the area knows you are using a powder-actuated tool by posting signage or using caution tape. Store the powder-actuated tool and ammunition in a secure and locked location, away from unauthorized users. Always assume that the tool is loaded and treat it with caution. Never point the tool at yourself or anyone else, even if you believe it is unloaded. Before use, always perform a function test with an empty, unloaded tool to ensure that the tool is operating properly. Firmly pull the barrel open and make sure there are no foreign objects in the barrel. With your finger off the trigger, close the tool to ensure good mechanical operation. Next, depress the muzzle bussing on a hard surface and pull the trigger. You should hear an audible click as the firing pin releases. When firing the tool, you must press the tip of the gun onto the surface and then pull the trigger. Powder-actuated tools are not able to be bump fired. Use two hands when firing to help manage recoil. Inspect the work area to ensure no one is in the line of fire or could be harmed by potential flying debris. Verify the base material is strong enough to support the fasteners and won't result in dangerous ricochets. Only use the recommended powder loads and fasteners specified by the tool's manufacturer. Never use damaged, wet, or incorrect ammunition. Do not attempt to manually open the barrel or manipulate the tool while it is loaded. Use the one-step firing process for safer operation. Avoid using the tool near flammable materials, explosive substances, or other hazards that could be triggered by the firing process. Use the powder-actuated tool in a controlled environment to minimize unexpected disruptions or accidents. Never leave a loaded powder-actuated tool unattended, even for a short period. After use, properly dispose of used cartridges and clean the tool thoroughly according to the manufacturer's instructions. Unfired cartridges lying around the job site can be a problem. During the workday, make sure you are properly addressing fired and unfired cartridges while using the powder-actuated tool. For unfired cartridges that are going to be used later, store them in a dry area like a gang box or storage closet that can be locked. During the workday, keep only the cartridges that you are using with the powder-actuated tool. If you leave for break or at the end of the day, both the tool and the cartridges will need to be locked up. Do not leave them on the job site for an unauthorized person to use. If cartridges are completely fired, they can be disposed of as regular trash. Partially fired cartridges should be fired or properly disposed of and treated like hazardous waste. If a cartridge strip has an unfired cartridge, attempt to fire it through the gun again. Likely, this was due to the cartridge being skipped rather than a misfire. Make sure to wash your hands thoroughly to remove any residue that may have been transferred onto your skin. Prior to starting any maintenance on the tool, ensure that it is unloaded and the cartridge strip is removed. When cleaning and maintaining powder-actuated tools, be sure to use disposable gloves and a disposable respirator. There is a slight potential for lead exposure from residual powder left in the gun. Do not clean this tool around food or drink, and make sure there is plenty of ventilation. Once the tool has been disassembled, clean each part thoroughly. Check for any powder residue. Check for signs of wear, chips, or cracks on each part of the tool. If damage is found, replace the part or tool prior to using it again. Once cleaned and inspected for damage, apply the manufacturer's recommended lubricant to all parts. Then, reassemble. Have a plan in place for handling emergencies such as misfires or accidental injuries, and ensure all workers are familiar with the procedures. By following these safety guidelines, you can significantly reduce the risk of accidents and injuries while using powder-actuated tools. Always prioritize safety and exercise extreme caution when handling any power tool.